Hey guys, what's happening? It's Christopher Cedar, and in this quick video, I'm going to show you guys how to use ListSource to do some market research. This combined with Realtor.com. Um, the first thing you want to do is set up a free ListSource account. I've got an account here. I don't use this account to purchase lists or anything, just market research purposes. So you don't need to purchase any lists or anything like that, but we're going to go through the little process here. This is kind of where you start. Um, so the first thing I want to look at is absentee owners. And the reason I want to look at absentee owners is because I want to see where the investors are purchasing over the last 6 months. All I want to see is where they're purchasing, and that's it. Where the majority of absentee owner, which are most likely real estate investors, where their sales are, what zip codes they're in. That's the only real purpose of this list source section. So we start here. I start with MSA, Metropolitan Statistical Area. So we'll select a state, and we'll do Nevada. We'll do Las Vegas. So then you select Las Vegas, add it in there, and you see it comes up with the total list of absentee owners or investors in Las Vegas are 160,000. Now we're going to narrow that down because we just want the ones that where have they purchased in the last 3 to 6 months? Where are the hot areas? So then go to next. And we also want to narrow it down to single family houses. So you'll see residential single family houses, add that. And then the next thing is, depending on what price point you're going after, if you're going after all price points, don't do this. If you're going after kind of the lower properties, maybe the middle income type properties, go 500,000 and below. You can even, if you want to exclude the low end, you can exclude the 1 to 50,000. So we'll add those in there. So I just selected all of those, selected the 500,000 and below. And the next thing we want to go down to is last market recording date. So let's pick last 3 months and hit add. Now if it comes up with a list below 1,000 on here, I would click on this and remove it and go to last 6 months. Because depending on your area, we want to list, ideally 2,000 or more. And I'll show you this will bump up to 2,000 once we go on the next page. So that's all you do on this page. So you hit next. And then the next thing we want to do is we want to do no preference on corporate owned properties. Because as you know, that real estate investors, we buy in corporations and things like that. So there's no reason to exclude that. So you can see there, then it comes up to 2408. So then you're ready, hit purchase list. And remember, we're not purchasing the list. And I'll show you why. But if you did purchase this list, that is what it would cost. But what we're going to do is we're going to go to purchase partial list. So click on that. We're going to go to custom selection, select criteria, and we're going to go zip code. And what this does, it gives us each zip code and the number of records in each zip code. So the next thing we can do is we can hit export. You can enter in your email, who it's from, just enter your email and then your email. And you can put in Vegas list, hit submit, and then it gets emailed to you. So then it'll get emailed to you, and what you can then do is then it'll be a list like this. So you see here, here's the raw numbers. So what I want to do is then I select these top few up here. I want to leave that total number, leave the state, and leave all those. So I can right click and delete those. Then the next thing, click on this little thing so it makes it all blue. And what we want to do is do a custom sort. You can see the Z to A, custom sort. And we want to sort by column B. B is the data. And order, we want to go largest to smallest. So boom, then it gets you with the areas with the most amount of investor activity. So you can see those are the areas. Now we're going to take it a step further, and I want you to label these top. I want you to label median list price. So you can do that. You can kind of move this over a little bit. Median sale price. And then number of houses for sale. So what we're doing now is we want to see, okay, what are the price points in each of these areas and how much inventory is currently on the market. Because what we're going to look for are areas where there is a decent price point, not low income, not high income, but a decent price point for the list we're gonna go through. And I want you guys to go through, depending on your market, 20 or 30 of these. And then we're also gonna get the sales price and median and the number of houses, because we want to focus on the areas where there is an abundance of deals to be had. If you focus on the areas where there's not very many houses listed for sale, it's going to be harder to find deals. So what we do is I come over to realtor.com and I go to this local tab. So local information, and we're going to kind of restart this here. So go to this local tab. And then what you can do is you can type in, so we'll kind of sort this here. So I can type in this one, 89148. And then you can see here, I have the median list price. So we have 328,000. And that is just the median price. There could be houses listed for $500,000 or more in this area. There could be some low income areas, but this is just for statistics. Don't really worry about the prices too much. More so worry about it when you're comparing all the different markets together and number of houses. So 467, which this area has quite a few houses for sale. So do that for all of these different ones, and then you get something like this. So we have, all these different areas. And then your goal is to dig a little deeper in some of them. So I look at some of them. Some of the areas I like are, this isn't terribly bad of a price point. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight that area. This one's not bad either. There's lots of sales, and there's still high inventory. And then once we start kind of diving below, I'd say 200,000 or so, or 200 properties, I'd say then it gets a little hairy. But that area I like. This area I think would be another good one to look into more. Probably this one too. Pretty much all of these areas. And then you can see this one, you get down to 165, lower price point than some of these, not as much inventory. This would be another probably good one I'd look into, but just pick a few of them that you think. These areas too, you can see this is a little more of a high-end area, so that might be an interesting area to look at. There's a lot of inventory, so with higher end areas there might not be as much competition. This one too. So you can do that for all these and just pick a few of the different areas. So then we can look a little deeper into this area, like the first area we picked, kind of see more in depth. So here it is. And also you want to focus on areas that aren't terribly far away from you. If this was far away, then that might not be the best one. You can browse some of the homes for sale. So let's just browse some of the homes for sale. And let's go with lowest price and see what's on the market here. And what I like to do also is hide pending. And that brings us down to 410, which isn't bad. we can just do single family houses. So that brings us down a little more. So that is more so the raw number of single family houses that are for sale. So we have short sales, lots of short sales in this area. Short sale, but they look like nice properties. So see if there are any that might be good to make an offer on. Terrible pictures, but beautiful 2-story home, must see. Really trying hard to market this property. So then you can kind of go down here and look. Here are some of the sold prices. So we can see that this is probably was more of a distressed area. So what are they asking? 169. Closest comp is 206 that it sold. So you know, you just kind of, okay, maybe this property's only worth around 206 or so fixed up. Let's see if this one was fixed up. Looks nice. Open floor plan, larger than the backyard, blah blah blah. So, you know, I'd probably estimate this one's probably worth 206. So, make an offer accordingly, put it through the formula, and go from there. But that's how I kind of determine the areas I want to go into, and I just browse through here and see if I can find anything that might be in any sort of distress. You know, short sales, anything like that, anything that looks dated, and go from there. So that's it for market research. I hope you guys enjoyed it. The point of this was just to kind of help you guys pick some of the different areas. And you'll have to kind of browse some of these areas and see what's out there to really decide how you want to attack them. But that's all I have for you guys. I'll talk to you soon.